Rich girl mocks black judge in court. His sentence leaves the whole room frozen. The courtroom buzzed with murmurs as Emily Carver, 24, heiress to a real estate fortune, strutted to the defendant's table. Her designer heels clicked against the hardwood floor, each step radiating entitlement. She faced charges of reckless driving and public endangerment after speeding through a crowded neighborhood, nearly striking a child. Her smirk suggested she believed wealth could buy her way out of anything. Across from her sat Judge Marcus Hayes, a black man in his 50s, known for his fairness but unyielding principles. His deep brown eyes scanned the room, calm yet piercing, as he called the court to order. Emily's lawyer, a flustered man in an ill-fitting suit, opened with a plea for leniency. "My client is young, Your Honor, and comes from a respected family. She's deeply remorseful." Emily, however, rolled her eyes, whispering loudly to her friend in the gallery. "This guy's just a diversity hire. I'll be out by lunch." The words carried across the silent room, landing like a slap. Gasps rippled through the spectators. Judge Hayes' jaw tightened, but he raised a hand for silence, his gaze locking onto Emily. "Miss Carver," he said, his voice steady but laced with steel. "You will respect this court, or you will face consequences beyond your charges." Emily scoffed, tossing her blonde hair. "What's he gonna do? Send me to jail for driving a little fast? Please." Her lawyer paled, tugging at her arm, but she shook him off. The crowd shifted uncomfortably, sensing a storm brewing. The prosecution presented damning evidence. Dashcam footage of Emily's sports car weaving through a predominantly black neighborhood, her laughter audible as she ignored stop signs. Witnesses, including a mother who'd yanked her son from the car's path, testified to the terror she'd caused. Emily yawned through their statements, doodling on a notepad. Judge Hayes watched her every move, his expression unreadable. When it was her turn to speak, Emily stood, chin high. "Look, I'm sorry if people got upset, okay? But this is getting blown out of proportion. I mean, it's not like anyone got hurt. Can we just move on?" Her tone dripped with disdain, as if the court were beneath her. A woman in the gallery, a black schoolteacher named Clara, clenched her fists, whispering to her neighbor, "She doesn't even see us as people." Judge Hayes leaned forward. "Miss Carver, do you understand the gravity of your actions? You endangered lives. Your behavior here suggests you feel above the law." Emily smirked again. "Above you, maybe. My dad's lawyer will have this thrown out by tomorrow." The room froze. Even her lawyer buried his face in his hands. The judge's eyes narrowed, but his voice remained calm. "Very well. I'll consider that in my ruling." He called a recess, leaving the courtroom in stunned silence. Clara, the schoolteacher, lingered, catching the eye of a bailiff named Tom, a white man who'd worked under Hayes for years. "She's digging her own grave," Tom muttered. Clara nodded, her face grim. "It's not just her. It's what she represents, people who think they're untouchable." Back in session, the tension was palpable. Emily's lawyer pleaded for a fine or community service, but the prosecution pushed for jail time, citing her lack of remorse. Emily whispered to her friend again, loud enough for the front row to hear. "This judge is just mad because he's stuck in a robe while I'm living my best life." Clara, sitting nearby, stood abruptly, unable to stay silent. "Your Honor, may I speak?" she asked, her voice trembling but firm. Judge Hayes, surprised, nodded. Clara faced Emily. "You don't see the harm you've caused because you've never had to. That neighborhood you tore through is my home. That boy you almost hit, he's my student. Your money doesn't make you better than use it makes you blind." The room erupted in murmurs. Emily's smirk faltered for the first time, but she crossed her arms defiantly. Then came the twist no one expected. Tom, the bailiff, stepped forward. "Your Honor, if I may?" Hayes hesitated, then allowed it. Tom cleared his throat. "I grew up like Miss Carver, rich, white, thinking I could do no wrong. One day I got caught joyriding just like her. Judge Hayes was new then, and he gave me a choice. Jail or a year mentoring kids in that same neighborhood. I chose the kids. Changed my life. I'm here today because of him." The crowd fell silent, absorbing the weight of his words. Emily's eyes widened, her confidence cracking. Judge Hayes rose, his presence commanding. "Miss Carver, your actions and words reveal a deep prejudice not just against me, but against entire communities. The law demands accountability, but justice demands growth." He paused, letting the words sink in. "I sentence you to 6 months in county jail, followed by 2 years of community service in the neighborhood you endangered. You will also attend mandatory workshops on racial equity and write a public apology to this community." The room gasped. Emily's face drained of color, her knees buckling as her lawyer steadied her. "You can't do this," she screamed. "My dad will." "Your father isn't here," Hayes cut in, his voice like thunder. "You are, and you will face the consequences." The gavel slammed, echoing like a gunshot. As Emily was led away, the courtroom remained frozen, processing the sentence. Clara wiped tears from her eyes, whispering to Tom. He didn't just punish her. He gave her a chance to change. Tom nodded, his own eyes misty. "That's Marcus. He sees the person, not just the crime." In the days that followed, the case sparked heated debates online and in the community. Some called Hayes' sentence too harsh, others a necessary stand against privilege. The neighborhood Emily had endangered began healing, with her eventual apology, though reluctant at first, opening dialogues about race and accountability. Emily herself, through months of service, began to see the faces she'd once dismissed. Her transformation slow but undeniable. What do you think? Was Judge Hayes' sentence fair, or did it cross a line? Share your thoughts on justice and redemption in a divided world.